Welcome to the Penny Bloom Podcast. Ain't another place that has got more bombast. Romp past your mom, dad's listening to Tomcats. Talking everything that make you sad. We don't want that. We're here to make you smile. Put your mind at ease. Peace, love, and bloom, and always praise Keanu Reeves. This what we about. This some weeding now. We'll talk until we can't no more, and then we peacing out. Alright, let's go. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome in to the Penny Bloom Podcast. Today, we continue our comic book movie journey through film with the shocking Ghost Rider 2007. This one was released on February 18th, 2007, and it was written and directed by Mark Steven Johnson, writer and director of Daredevil as well. I am Colton Robertson, and I'm joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And how about Mark Steven Johnson having two of the most underrated comic book movies of all time?
Yeah, I'd say so. No one talks about Daredevil or Ghost Rider at all.
And if they do, it's terrible.
And what the heck? And I mean, I get it somewhat, but not to the level that people go to. Like, I don't know. It's a little insane.
I mean, this isn't a good movie, but it's fun as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I am having a great fucking time while watching this.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, I always think of, like, what movies came before this to see, like, where the standard is at the time. You know, we do have X-Men, X2 before this that are pretty good. You have, like, Spidey, Batman Begins. You know, we have some good comic book movies, that's for sure. But all of them can't be like that. You know, some of them just gotta be campy and fun and just a different experience than, like, a regular movie. You can't get this sort of experience with, I don't know, if you don't have all the camp. I don't know. The camp is needed sometimes, you know?
Oh, absolutely. Gotta have some camp. And this was one of the campier stops we've had in quite some time. I know we did the Donner cut last week, but, you know, as far as the modern superhero movies are concerned, this is like, what even would be the most recent campy comic book movie that we did?
Let's see.
Like Elektra?
Not Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four is pretty campy. It's not, it takes itself serious, but like it does lean into itself a little bit.
Blade Trinity, you know, the Blades are pretty campy, I'd say.
But not to this level, man. This one is just full tilt. What if we did whatever the fuck we wanted? And I kind of loved it. I loved it for that reason. You know,
say Batman Forever might be the campiest, you know. I don't know, like just villain one. I don't know, like kind of
Batman and Robin's pretty nothing but camp.
Yeah, that's probably I was trying to think of the campiest movie we've covered so far. I guess Batman 66, even that's the very first
camp as camp gets.
Yeah, so I mean, but this is up there. This is
it is
there with the campiest of the camps. But no, this is a first watch for me, and I don't know, I was delighted. I don't know, I expected it was just gonna suck and just be terrible, and like, I know everyone has the same like gripes with Nic Cage, that the dude just can't act, and he's just, I don't know, kind of the same in everything, and I don't know, I felt like this was...
I had a great time, man.
This is, more of a role for him. You know, he was supposed to be a Superman, you know, Tim Burton. But no, he got Ghost Rider, and I think this worked out better for him, I think.
I would say.
I still like to see his Superman, but I don't know. I'm glad we got
we've seen it now.
That's maybe not the way I wanted to, but I saw it, you know. Yeah.
Nah, man. I had a great time with this one. No, it's not the best by any means, and I think our rating will reflect that. It's one of the ones where the enjoyment's high, the critical's low. And that's a great combination. You know, obviously you want high enjoyment, really, really good. Yeah. But hey, I'd say the second best thing
even over really good but not that fun to watch is really fun to watch but not that good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 'cause if something's just like really well made, but it's kind of boring, it's like,
you know, you'll end up, it boosts the enjoyment rating a little bit just because you like watching good stuff, but it's not like, oh, I kind of loved that. No, like I walked away from this movie astonished by how much I enjoyed it. You know, I love Nic Cage. Nic Cage is, I feel, an obvious choice for the performance here.
Yeah, who else?
I mean, like the only one that I would even consider is Sam Elliott. Love Sam Elliott.
If he was the main role, yeah, I don't know, just maybe like just a few years younger, you know.
There's a story in the West.
I guess we did get him. We got him as a Ghost Rider, though. That was a sick ass reveal. Oh my god, was that like? I was not expecting that whatsoever. I thought he was just the old wise guy that was helping him through it, and I'm like,
you're watching the movie throughout, like, and you don't really care why he knows all this shit.
Exactly.
You just kind of accept that he knows all this shit.
I think it's just because it was Sam Elliott. I'm like, yeah, this dude, he's wise.
He would know that.
Like, he just knows that sort of stuff. Never once. So I'm like, wait a minute, how does he know everything? And then like the moment comes, and I'm like,
makes sense. It makes sense why he knows everything.
Yeah, that was a sick reveal.
Potentially the single funniest moment in this movie is a moment that's not supposed to be funny, which makes it even funnier. You know, after the super badass reveal that the caretaker is Cade Spencer. He is the old Ghost Rider. He's like, let's fucking do this, kid. And then they ride to San Venganza, and he gets there and he goes, that's it, man. I was just going to take you out here. I only had one turn left in me.
I was so confused. I thought it was going to be a sick battle with both of them, you know, going at it like and everything. And he's like, yep, I only had one more ride in me. That's it.
This is the end of the road for me,
Thanks, kid. He just showed him, like, was it like just a unknown location? So like
that's what I'm going with. I think it's just like he wouldn't have known where San Venganza was, so he had to take him to San Venganza. But
okay,
even so, it's
like
just it was so funny that it's like, because it brings my favorite shot, that like high above them when they're riding through the desert side by side. Fucking love that. And then it kind of like zooms in on them and rolls right behind them. Yeah. Super dope. Super cool action shit. I adored that moment. And then it's just so funny to get there. And he's like, that's all, kid. You have a good time in there. Stick to the shadows.
He was saving it, you know, for quite some time. Cause what'd he say? Like that, it was Carter Slade, you know, back
Slade.
when he was that he took that deal. I forgot what year. I think he mentioned the year.
He said 150 years ago.
Yeah. So like he's just been saving this one last. Like, how do you know that you just have like a certain number of transformations? You know,
that's one of the funniest things about this. Is it just like he knows that's how much fuel in the fire he has left? Like he can sense that it's running low. So if he uses it, it's got to be the right time. I don't know. It's also funny to think that, like, if Johnny Blaze is fit to take on this fight, why didn't you forever ago? You know what I'm saying? Is it because of the whole, like, you did it for the right reasons, which means you might have God on your side? You know, like that whole thing? Yeah. Like, he's like, you're a good guy. I'm not, but I found this way to find redemption in the end. Regardless, I don't mind it. Like I said, it's not very good, but I thought it was awesome. Like, I unironically loved it. That whole thing where he's like, you're good. You did it for the right reasons, which might mean you have God on your side, and that makes you unpredictable, which is the best thing you can be right now. And he just like kind of keeps going, and you're like, oh, okay, fuck yeah.
No, it was my favorite scene. Like, it ended up I thought it was like, I don't know, early on, like I had some things that were maybe going to be it, and then it got here, like the reveal was just so sick. Like, mainly the reveal, and like the ride was just badass, like seeing them ride off together. That shot was pretty cool. And you know, all even with the weird ending, that he's like, "Yep, that's it for me, kid."
Dude, I loved it.
I don't know.
He's my favorite character.
Yeah.
Like, no doubt.
No, I don't know. I'm pretty sure there's no other person to go with for a character here. It was either Johnny Blaze or
the caretaker, as he's credited.
Yeah, caretaker. Yeah, that was just sick. He just, good morning. What was like the first answer he gave him? He's like, it wasn't like, yeah, that actually happened. He was like, your bike is normal. I think that's what he said. He was like,
now.
Your bike is normal. Like, and he just knew that's what he would be worried about first, I guess.
Your other question.
Yeah. Yeah.
Last night that really did happen.
Yeah, like that wasn't as important. Because he does, in his stunt, and whenever he's alive, he's like, "Is the bike okay?" That is the first thing he does ask. Not like, "Hey, am I like alive? Like, is this real? like, am I okay?"
That fucking moment whenever he like hands him the needle and he's like, "Sterilize that for me," and he like tries to burn it, and he's like, "In the boiling water, please." He's like, yeah, right. Okay. Little confused. Just like all of it is, it's dumb. Like, it's simple and stupid and fun, but I am a simple, stupid, and fun person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's just
Him
fuck
carrying around the shovel the whole time. Like he's just carrying around that shovel everywhere he goes. And then now, like, knowing what's in there, it makes perfect sense why he keeps it by his side all the time. But like before, I'm like, why does this dude always just have a shovel on him? Like,
dude, it was also hilarious when he pulled it out of the shovel. Like, he was like, Johnny Blaze was like, "Where is it? Give me this." And he's like, "You're not going to find it anywhere around here, kid." He just takes the shovel and he goes,
Yeah, fine. I'll dig up every grave, whatever. He's like, "Give me that." I thought he was breaking it just to be like, "No, you're not digging up any of these graves. Like, you're not gonna trample on these graves." And then it's just like, "Nope. I've kept it in the handle all these years." And I don't know, the horse, like his horse just coming out was so sick. Like, it makes way more sense to do the little whistle call and then a horse comes out of the smoke.
Yeah, whenever
Johnny just called his bike and it just came up, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. That's just sick. It's just part of him. The bike, it's just part of his kit. It goes wherever he wants. But the horse, I don't know. I like to think that like the reason he says like, "Yeah, your bike's okay," is because Carter Slade, he cared about his horse so much. That was his baby. That was his like version of the motorcycle. So, his first wake up, whoever his caretaker was, if he had one, probably, who knows if he did, but like he wakes up, that person goes, "Your horse is fine, by the way. And last night, it did happen." The same thing. Like, he's just doing the same thing it's passing down.
The lineage of Ghost Riders.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Johnny Blaze is not the Ghost Rider I am most familiar with comics-wise. I'm familiar with his successor more than anything, Robbie Reyes. The next Ghost Rider after Johnny Blaze. Which I knew there was multiple Ghost Riders. I knew there's a lot of Johnny Blaze, but I've always been more interested by the Robbie Reyes, stuff. But this is still so fucking fun. The idea that he's just like a stunt driver. He just drives motorcycles. He's going to fly it over a football field, goalpost to goalpost, over 6 helicopters. Fuck yeah.
He's like, fuck it. I'm just going to keep going crazy. I know I can't die. He's like, so why not? Why not? What his dad wanted
also
to
the idea that one of the most the idea that one of the most famous men alive is a stunt driver is also very, very funny to me.
Well, when you're doing stunts like that, Evil Knievel, is that a real dude or is that just movie stuff?
Evil Knievel was real. Yeah,
he was
pretty famous.
Pretty famous,
pretty historical figure. We know who he is. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was a movie character because he's so legendary. Like, that's, like, I don't know.
That's fair. I hadn't really considered that. I guess we just don't have a Johnny Blaze in the modern day, so I like...
he died 2007. Okay, that makes sense. Because I'm like, I don't really remember... Like, I remember hearing his name and stuff, like, growing up.
Oh, it's forever ago, though.
Yeah, born in 38, so...
the fact that a guy like that lived to 2007.
Maybe he was a Ghost Rider.
Maybe he was a Ghost Rider.
Maybe he made a deal with the devil. Or
his name was Evil Knievel.
This is true.
Mephistopheles, Mephisto.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes okay. Thank you. Because I'm like trying to figure out like, is this like actual like devil and then who's this like, the I don't know, his son, or
Blackheart,
fallen angel? Yeah, Blackheart. That's right. He was probably like kind of the weakest point of the movie for me. He's just kind of whatever.
Just that little team of villains. It's like I mean, I enjoy whenever they got a chance to do this. Like, what I do appreciate about this villain team is that I like it when there's like no rhyme or reason. It's just like, we're evil and that's what we do, like we fuck shit up. I want the contract of San Venganza so that I can eat their souls.
Mm-hmm.
Dope.
Aren't they supposed to be in hell, but they like it on Earth, so they want to stay? So and that's what Ghost Rider's mission is, to send them back or whatever.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. And like the contract thing, it kind of confused me a little bit. I'm like, what is this dude like gonna do with the contract when he gets it? I'm like, what's the big deal with it? I don't know if they explained it before and I just
trapped all their souls in San Venganza. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if maybe the caretaker, I don't know, maybe Sam Elliott had a little explanation in that, but
another one of the funniest moments in the movie is that once he did get the contract,
mm-hmm.
He probably has the funniest line delivery of the whole movie, because it's like, oh, is he going to cast some sort of like satanic ritual where he's like speaking in tongues? No, he goes, I have the contract of San Venganza. Come to me. And that's all that needs to be said. Dude, that's it. Fucking hilarious.
I mean, come on. You're a villain, dude. You like come hither, something like, not just come to me. I don't know, like make it something different, like something hellish or something. I don't know.
I'm so interested in what made this so much more enjoyable than a bunch of our other not so good movies. Like I can't really point to anything in particular. It's just that feeling. And I'm guessing expectation management has quite a bit to do with that. I wasn't expecting anything likable at all. I was expecting another shitter.
Yeah. No, I think it's just they don't take themselves as serious. Like the movie doesn't really take itself seriously. It's just having fun. And like Elektra,
getting this like, I text you like the 80s B movie sort of faux horror thing.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, I'm thinking back to like Elektra, where like that movie's taking itself a little more seriously, but it has some villains in there that are just kind of over the top and crazy anyways. And if they would have just like dove into the camp a little more and like taken themselves, like it would have been way more fun. But like it was, better critically, sure, but I think that actually hurt the movie.
I don't even know that I could argue that Elektra was that much better critically. One thing that kind of surprised me about this movie is how good it looked. There are a lot of shots that are actually, I mean, the cinematographer for this movie is an Oscar-winning cinematographer. He's won awards for cinematography. So like, it's surprisingly good looking at a bunch of points. There's similar to Daredevil, where I wasn't really expecting anything, and all of a sudden, oh, this is a beautiful fucking shot. I think something that's intriguing about this movie that flies under the radar and a lot of moderns, like the way this movie is lit, is like way better than most modern shit you'll find. It's got this dramatic tone, but it knows it's not serious. Like it knows it can't be taken serious, so it doesn't try to. And maybe they are trying to, which would make this even funnier. But it doesn't come off that way at all. You know what I'm saying? It seems like they know exactly what they're going for and they executed on it almost exactly, and I really love that.
No way they made this and they were like, oh, we are winning awards.
We might have an Oscar in this one.
Like, yeah, this is going to be great. I don't think so. I mean, they maybe, I guess like some people on it possibly, but like, nah, there's no way. Like this is, I've heard just so much about this, and like people love, like I don't know, I feel like there's two crowds: people that just don't really care about it, or people that just love the hell out of this movie. Like people like that just are obsessed with Ghost Rider. And
it's got a bit of a cult classicness to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I'm stoked to get to the next one. Like Spirit of Vengeance, is that what it's called? Yeah, like I don't know. He's like, no, I'm keeping this shit. Like
I'm gonna be later. The Spirit of Vengeance.
I'll be where innocent blood is spilled. I will be there fighting fire with fire. Yeah, like that. I don't know. Like he had some hard lines. Like not gonna it's Nic Cage, and like I like him. Like I don't know. My favorite Nic Cage movies, like just forever, have been National Treasure. Like I could just watch those things forever. But this is probably my newest, like my favorite Nic Cage movie now, just for how fun it was and how like
it's so much fun, man.
He was having a good time. He had to have been.
Yeah.
Like, this would have been badass.
Well, and like just whenever my favorite scene is when he turns into Ghost Rider for the first time, and I don't feel like there's much of a second option. That's another thing about this movie is as much as I loved all of it, there was hardly anything that stuck out to me as like, oh, well, that was a particularly good scene. It was all just kind of, this movie is like an hour and 50 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that thing fucking snapped by me. I'll tell you that. Like it was over before I knew it. And I was like, I had a fucking fantastic time, but so that was the standout. I'm thinking back to Nic Cage's performance at that moment where he starts he starts screaming and his hands start sizzling up and stuff. And then he does that maniacal laugh, and then he finally becomes Ghost Rider, and then immediately walks outside and faces off with the villains for the first time. And it's like, fuck yeah. I love that shit.
Gets hanged right away, and they're like, ha, we got him.
We did it.
Like, yeah, that's sure. Like, if this is supposed to be someone as equal in power as you you think, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They really thought they got him with just that. And then I'm like, okay.
And they thought they got him with the truck.
He's just like, just rips it down, just sets it on. Like, I love every time he wraps it around his body. He just wrapped it's so cool. And then
dude, metal as fuck.
Cool jacket.
Yeah, cool.
The spikes come out. Oh my god, yeah. It was so sick.
I love the Nic Cage point.
Like anime. Like, I don't know. It seems so anime to me for some reason. Like, I feel like it's just an anime thing to be like
time. It's like his main pose. He does this. Yeah. You guilty.
Yeah. Look into my eyes. That's a sick, he doesn't fight the people or I don't know. He doesn't slash them. It's just look into my eyes. Feel the pain of all these innocent people. And then that will just turn your soul to stone, I guess. I don't know. That's pretty sick.
The pen and stare is a dope power. And I like the way that it's kind of linked to this religious mythology, with the fallen angels and the devil and stuff. That it's an automatically cool angle to provide for a superpowered being, I think. And I think this was this will not be the last time I watch this movie, which I cannot say the same for a lot of the other movies we've covered. I will be revisiting this movie.
I can't believe I missed that was Mephisto. Me being theorizing, I remember theorizing so crazy about the return of Mephisto's coming. Wanted.
Yeah, the guy with Mephisto in his name didn't do it for you.
I didn't know he had a full name. I don't know. Yeah. Mephistopheles. Yeah, come on. I didn't. How did I not catch that? That's come on. I'm a little disappointed in myself for that one. Not gonna lie, but no, that's sick. I don't know the the little demon, when they change into their demon form, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I thought was it was all right. I don't know. It was a little wonky.
The effects aren't as good as say X-Men: The Last Stand a couple weeks back or anything, but
my shot. I was surprised whenever it happened at the very end. Whenever he gave the last pin and stare, boom, explode, and then Roxanne comes over and puts his hand on his face, and then it slowly just transitions back to Nic Cage, and I was like, whoa, that was actually kind of sick. Like, I'm like, is she gonna burn? At first, I'm like, oh shit, that's probably not gonna feel too good. But then it just like slowly like faded like right from her hand, and like I don't know, just went right back. I thought it was really cool.
No, and they have their love story is one of those parts of the movie where it's like, oh, this isn't very good, but it's so simple that it's impossible not to at least be like, well, at least they're treating it like it's not that big a part of the movie. You know, like it's just kind of happening. And I love the back and forth and how stark it is, you know, like, her being like, no, I won't go on a date with you. And then he like nearly gets run over, kisses her, and she's like, fine, be there on time.
Whatever,
He's not there on time because he becomes Ghost Rider.
Like whenever he gets the date, I love that. That was awesome. Yeah.
Whenever he does stand her up, the next day she's like, never talk to me again. And then she goes and talks to him and tries to kiss him immediately because he's got a picture from when they were younger.
She goes, I realized you standing me up, I had this moment of clarity. I needed to move on. You were just a phase. You know, she had like the mic drop moment, like that. You know, like, yeah, you're right. You were just a phase. My dad was right. Close the door, and then she comes back. She's like, I didn't want that to be the last thing I said to you. Oh, make out with me, man. Yeah, and whatever. But yeah, it wasn't like a huge part of the movie at all. And it was, I don't know, it's kind of. I wish she could have had a little more, you know, to do in the movie, I guess. And like, what about that server or the waiter in the restaurant? Her being like, "You think?" Oh my god, right?
Dude! Eva Mendes is objectively ridiculously hot, dude. Like, she is one of the most drop dead gorgeous people alive. And his little meh.
Like, oh, you're no offense to waiters or waitresses around the world, but like, you're. I guess they're working in a nice restaurant, but like that, like, what kind of customer service is that? You know, are you expecting a tip? Right. Like, are you expecting a tip after that? You know, like that's a little crazy to me. On many
the only explanation for looking Eva Mendes in the eye and thinking she's not beautiful is if you are not attracted to women.
You know, that's probably it.
That's got to be it.
He was like, and maybe that's why he even hesitated. He's like, and I'm gay, but like you're still really attracted. But no,
fine,
gotta stick true. Yeah, no.
Got to be honest with you.
That's the
I don't find you all that cute.
Yeah, that's the headcanon for sure. But no, I don't know. It was so much fun. Like him becoming like whenever he first became Ghost Rider, I texted you and I'm like, oh, this is fucking sick. Yeah. I'm like, that was the scene I was probably gonna go with. And then like I guess I went with the reveal of Carter Slade. Sam Elliott like coming out and everything. I think it would have been like way cooler if he had some sort of sacrifice or something at the end. I don't know like what he could have done, or if he just like went up, just ran him over with his horse, like not like maybe it's like Becoming Dawn.
Right. Well, I thought that like whenever like the gun like hit him at the end, the Blackheart, whenever he was like standing off with Nic Cage, it's actually Eva Mendes who took the shot. But I thought it was like he came back and he decided even if he's not Ghost Rider anymore, he can make a difference.
I don't know. I was waiting for something, and I guess the ending was still pretty cool. But like, it would have been so much cooler.
Thematically, it kind of ties it up in a actually decent bow there, because the whole theme with like I hope I get a second chance. Sort of thing, and like that's what he says when he's walking away. He's like, hopefully God sees fit to give me a second chance. He's like, my favorite idea is that he's got to walk 500 miles back now.
He just kind of disappeared. He just kind of like faded out, So like maybe he's
ascended to heaven.
Yeah, I guess God might like look better on you if you do actually help fight Mephisto's son and all,
right?
Maybe. I guess like instead of just he got him where he needed to go and everything. I guess sure.
You got this, son.
But yeah, I don't know.
I'm too old for this racket.
Like it's not even like Sam Elliott was too old to do the action, because it's like he's a Ghost Rider. It's all VFX. Like it's not him.
Yeah.
On there or anything. So like I don't know. I guess a little disappointed there, but the ending was still really cool. Like I don't know if he thought this through. I'm assuming he thought this through. Like, yeah, when all the souls go in him, and then he can look him in the eye, you know, and get him with the penance stare. But like, how didn't like
Blackheart realize that?
Yeah, I mean, maybe he thought it was like dawn, you know, and like his time.
Oh yeah, he did think that Ghost Rider was useless at this point.
And is that like a thing? Like, just when it's daytime, he can't switch. It has to be nighttime. Sort of
That's
thing?
not how, like I said, I'm more familiar with Robbie Reyes as Ghost Rider, and that is not how that works in comics. I think that was just to provide a little bit more of a
conflict or something.
The conflict or just like a dichotomy so that Nic Cage can be on screen. You know, to make sure that Nic Cage can act with his face, because I am not one of the people who thinks... What's that?
Or is it a common thing that they can switch back and forth?
Yeah, it's usually pretty on command. Well, and a lot of artists decide to just draw him always in Ghost Rider mode because fucking Ghost Rider. You know, like, it's just cool.
I mean, yeah.
And most recently I read him in like Jason Aaron's Avengers run, where Ghost Rider is an Avenger, which is super fucking cool.
Dang. Yes, I've seen a few comics. I haven't actually read any of like just his comics. But like on Twitter, there was like this thread of like every time Ghost Rider's just like kind of stalemated the Hulk. Like Hulk like comes up to him and like he's running like full speed, like, and he's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Wait a minute, what the fuck is this?" Like, I guess I don't have to hold back. Whatever. He goes back, just doesn't hold back at all. Same thing happens. He's like, "Oh my god." He's like, "What?"
Ghost Rider's like that, man.
What is this? Yeah, That's pretty sick.
Bro could have soloed Thanos, guarantee it.
Yeah, if we would have just had him, you know, would have been awesome. Maybe in Secret Wars we'll get Nic Cage, you know.
That's why I love power scaling, man. It's just so funny because Ghost Rider could face off in theory with like Captain America or Black Panther and lose, but he could also face off with the most powerful entity in the galaxy and win. So like that's why I love comic books and all of this. Yeah. It's just like, it depends on what they do that day, you know? It doesn't...
Honestly, that's the best thing about comics, is that it is so up to the writers that anything could happen. Like, a child could beat Thanos somehow, you know, but like in the MCU, if a child somehow like beat Thanos, they'd be like, "Oh my god, this is the dumbest fucking thing in the world." Like, I can't believe... It doesn't make any logical sense.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and there was a point in my life where I needed everything in the MCU to make logical sense, and like, you know, it had to all lock in everything, and I'd much rather it just be like comics where you never know, so the stakes are always there. Like, anyone is fair game to go. You know, it's not like no one has plot armor in comics. It's just everything's fair game, and I think that's a lot more fun.
Oh, absolutely, and Ghost Rider is one of the most fun comic book characters there is. You know. I think that, and I think they capture that, you know, they capture the essence of that character pretty innately. Cause that's one thing that's always stuck out to me, is that you'd expect Ghost Rider to be more of an anti-hero, almost bad guy thing, but he's a hero, you know, he is a straight up superhero. That's what he does. And I think this movie had a great understanding of that being the case. Granted, you know, I know he does basically kill anybody who
any crime
stares.
Any crime, you know. I mean, he's judge, jury, executioner there. You know, there's
well, and that's the thing, is that it might not just be any crime; it's previous crimes. You know, because when he's like look into the souls of the innocent, it's souls of the innocent that they have hurt. It's not just general souls of the innocent.
So if he goes up to just a complete innocent person who's never done any crime in their life, nothing, and he does the penance there, nothing happens to them.
Yeah,
like they're good. Yeah, so sure. You know, I'm behind that. That's pretty sick. I don't know. Is there like a threshold that you have to pass to like die from it, or like it's just you hurt one innocent person, that's it, or it's like, oh, okay, it's feel the pain of all the innocence that you've caused. So like I there's probably like a threshold you gotta cross or something like that
before you actually die. Because that's the thing, like when he's in the jail cell, he doesn't kill everybody in there. He actually just kind of beats everybody down and then penance stares that one dude. So it's like all these people are in the cell and he saw fit to beat their ass, but he didn't see fit to penance stare every single one of them. You know
what
what
did
I'm
he say
saying?
to the one kid who like passed out at the end? Yeah, he pointed to him. Oh, he called him innocent. So okay.
Instead of guilty. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I just didn't like. I don't think I caught like I couldn't have subtitles on this one, and I really wish I could. Is that like actually Nic Cage's voice? Like whenever it's
I think it is. Yeah.
all crazy and whacked up. Yeah, I don't know. I like just the point is so funny every time he does it. It's just like just.
And it's like a really not complete fist or anything. Like he's got all of his fingers kind of out.
It's a weird point. Yeah. Oh, but it's so good. Yeah, I remember there being a Johnny Blaze poster in the MCU recently.
Yeah, it was in She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, yeah. Which I don't know. I wonder if that's just a reference to the comics and stuff like that, or if I don't know if he's actually going to be roped in here somehow. It'd be pretty sick.
Well, Ghost Rider was brought, and it was the Robbie Reyes version of Ghost Rider was in the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And it was actually, like, as fun as this is, I mean, that kind of washes this as far as, like, visual effects. It's just a TV show on, like, ABC, but it looks fucking good whenever that guy was playing Ghost Rider. I believe it was Diego, what's his name?
Let's see. Actor Gabriel Luna. I couldn't remember if I knew Diego, he had one of the names with Diego Luna in common. I couldn't remember if it was Luna or Diego. Gabriel Luna. That's right. That's why I couldn't come up with the second name because the second name. Oh, that's the Ghost Rider I know. Okay, because I've seen like just clips of it just on the internet everywhere, and like I was expecting like that, like in this movie. I thought that's what this was. I was like, oh, maybe it's Spirit of Vengeance or something like that. Okay, that makes more sense.
And he's really fucking good in it. That's a wonderful little season like, of I
don't know. The skull just looks way cooler there.
Yeah, it's like that season like deals with the dark hold and him like trying to capture it and like just a bunch of cool shit and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I love this version of Ghost Rider though, man. I love Nic Cage. I'm not one of the people who thinks Nic Cage is a subpar actor. I think he's awesome, and I've always kind of enjoyed him. I mean, most recently, Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Fucking love that movie. I had Moonstruck on our top 100 favorites ever. That's a Nic Cage one. And he's more similar to the Moonstruck role, a romantic movie, in this than he is an Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's so fucking funny is that this dude, like, he's so over the top. He's a campy actor. You know, if actors have the ability to be camp, it's Nic Cage. And he's so fucking good at it. I don't know. Like, I have such a fun time with him no matter what.
Even in National Treasure, when he's just playing a human, he's gotta steal the Declaration of Independence. The Freemasons, our founding fathers. When they were going, I don't know. He takes it, like, it's awesome. I don't know. It just makes it so much better. Like National Treasure, I wouldn't want anyone other than Nic Cage in there, you know? And like, that's the same thing here. Like, yeah, I love Miss Ghost Rider. He was sick. Like, performance-wise, I mean, it was either him or Sam Elliott, just because, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Sam Elliott if he just speaks, I don't know, at all, I think I'm already there.
He presents himself with an air of sophistication that you have to respect. He has, I like to think that he's playing the same role in this as he does in The Big Lebowski. In The Big Lebowski, which was 10 years prior to this, it was 1997, he's also the narrator, but it's never really explained how he knows this entire fucking story because he literally interacts with the dude, with Jeffrey Lebowski at some point. Like at the end, he like looks to the camera and he goes, "Well, that's our story. Now what is me?" You know, like he's just kind of once upon a time in Los Angeles, I believe he says Los Angeles.
Yeah,
no, man.
I've known him in A Star Is Born. He was Bradley Cooper's older brother.
And then Hulk.
Hulk. Yeah, he was Ross. I think that's kind of the only two I've known him from. But man, I don't know, his like just his spit. You know, every time you just like he's just the character. Like somehow
He's
the character of the movie. Yeah, not Ghost Rider, which I think is hilarious.
No, I mean I think I think that if the caretaker had been, he stole every scene he was in. Like every single scene he was in, he was the best part of the scene, including the scenes with Ghost Rider, because he's only in scenes with Ghost Rider, which also lends to it being more awesome. You know what I'm saying? But like the whole, I just absolutely adored him in this movie, man. Morning Bonehead, hilarious. I love the guy.
It'd be wise of you to stay here and stay away from anyone you care about. Roxanne, I gotta go. He's like, that's not a good idea, son. He's like,
yeah, that's
be my
not
first.
at all what I just said.
Yeah, like I don't know. He was awesome. I don't know. I was maybe thinking of giving Ghost Rider the character, because I mean, he does have some interesting character development here. Like, like the beginning, like with the deal he makes. Like. What a shit, like that kind of sucked. He's like, it was nice to see him, like his dad, like cured of cancer. Like, he's like, man, I feel so good. Like I'm great. And like, in my head, it's like the fact that his son told him, like, no, I'm leaving. This is a stupid circus. And like, that's what like made him not be able to do the stunt anymore. Not necessarily that Mephisto, like actually, tamper. I don't know. It felt like Mephisto did it. He was standing there laughing, like he knew it was coming. But I don't know. I thought it was kind of a nice opening of the movie.
No, I think it's a good origin. Like I like that it's like he meets the devil at a crossroads. It's at like a corner of this street going this way and this street going that way, and it's just a very literal representation of making, like, historically stories you've heard of making deals with the devil. Like
even like he sees like I don't know, there's a in the circus he sees like a devil front of a building. He goes, far out. He says like far out or something like that. I don't know. It was pretty funny. But man, I'm still so pissed that it went past me that this dude's Mephisto, and I didn't realize it until you told me. Goddamn. Yeah, I mean, like, I was just like, is there some, I don't know, this is like probably some Christianity story that I have no idea about. I've never heard that name before. I'm like, I'm just gonna go with it. Fallen angel, like, I get the idea. Like, he's the devil character. I can't believe I'm just like, oh, this is Marvel. This is Mephisto literally in the name, just not pronounced.
Well, and he doesn't appear as Mephisto typically does either. He's just some white guy.
No red. I expected to see Mephisto.
They're going full like red. Peter Stormare and Constantine thing. I do appreciate that no matter what, the devil's a white man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yep, that makes sense.
And then like if it's Jesus or God, Morgan Freeman, or like I don't know, it could be kind of anyone. But the devil, strictly a
white men. That's the devil. That's the devil right there. Brilliant. Fucking love it. But man, and that's what's crazy is this movie is, like I said, so simple, so fun, so stupid. There's not a ton to talk about here. It is pretty we get the origin. Oh, he makes a deal with the devil that ruins a relationship. He grows up to become a stunt driver because that's what his dad was, and he can't die, so he might as well. Whenever he's like, why helicopters, man? And he like remembers something that his dad said, and then he goes, because my dad thought it'd be cool. I was like, you know what? Okay, I fuck with you, dog. That's fun.
Oh, yeah. Freaking, what's his name? Yeah, Donald Logue?
As Blade?
Yeah, in Blade. I know him as who is he? He's Harvey, but not Harvey Dent in Gotham.
Yeah.
He's Harvey. He's commissioner before Gordon gets commissioner.
Loeb,
I don't know.
Maybe? I don't know.
No, there is a Loeb.
I think that's the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, I think there is a Loeb type in that as well. He's just a detective. He's just Detective Harvey something.
Yeah. He's funny in this one, man. And I thought like his unceremonious death was also hilarious.
Yeah, and even Johnny, Johnny Blaze runs up. He's like, Mac, and then just instantly just goes off, like just gives him like a second, just and that's it. And, like just runs
that's
off.
part of why, like, that's why this movie can't be good, but it is so fucking fun to watch, because it's not concerned with taking, like, if this is a movie that's taking itself seriously, like, we get a mournful moment there where he, like, Mac, no, like, and I don't know why you don't with Nic Cage either. Like the whole, like, holding your friend and your best friend in your arms and looking up to the sky and cursing, no, like,
come on.
but still, like, I appreciate that this movie's just like, oh no, Mac, okay, got to do another thing.
I mean, that's how fast he died. Like, I mean, that was just it. He's just boom.
Well, and they also make it clear that, like, he's not really down with anybody on his team, like on the Team Blaze.
Yeah, like, they don't even turn the channel that he wants. They all watch his stunt show or whatever. He just wants to watch the National
y'all
Geographic
were just there
monkey episode or whatever. He's like, oh, this week is the National Geographic spider monkey episode. Like in like they changed the channel. He's like, what the heck, guys?
Don't you watch any TV? Yeah, I love that he just, like, loves television. That's part of his character, Loves cartoons. Kick ass.
Yeah.
Love that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was watching that's right. It was sick. Yeah, I don't know. That was his crew just kind of meh.
So, like, when Mac dies, he's like, oh no. Okay.
Oh, whatever. Okay. Like, he's more worried about the bike than he is the crew. Like, that's, I don't know. He didn't really care for him at all.
I like the part when he, like, he tells Eva Mendes, like, you're not, like, another thing that we've been talking about recently with, like, the secret identities and stuff. He just goes up to her and he's like, you're not going to believe me. And she's like, try me. And he's like, okay, well, when night falls, I become a crime hunting monster that sucks the souls out of humans. Yeah. Thoughts?
I made a deal with the devil. I turn into a flaming skull monster at night. That's basically it. And yeah, I told you wouldn't believe me.
And of course, he's like, well, either.
Yeah, he's riding up the side of a building. She's like,
fuck yeah.
I
love the shot of him, like, flying off the roof of that building and, like, swinging the chain.
I thought he was about to swing like Spider-Man across the city. I thought he was about to, like, whip and then, like, on the motorcycle just like start flying. But it was, I don't know, it was sick that he just went straight down, boom, like right, the shockwave, when he lands, like, oh, that was sick. Just tanking all the bullets, like they're just shooting, and he's just like, all right, let me do my, just, doesn't actually burn them. He's just like, all right, well, if I wanted to, I could have killed you all here, but, you're welcome. Just splits the two cop cars, goes away. Yeah, I don't know, like, he rides up a building and then down a building. Right, and then he gets away. And then the one cop that's, like, chasing him, they're like, oh, that's a dead end. You got him. And then, like, they just don't expect that he just will go up, again. Or was that before? Or was that actually before?
I think it was before.
Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. I'm a little out of order there. I thought for some reason they were chasing him afterwards. But no, oh yeah, he just goes, like, back to the graveyard or whatever after that or something. Okay, that's right. But no, I thought it was, like, him just going up the buildings, like it burns the glass, it's shattered and everything, but then, like, just leaves that burn trail, like the guy, like, cleaning the windows or whatever. It's just like,
well, I love that, like, this is a totally impractical motorcycle for anything he could possibly, like, anyone else. Like, the fact that he goes so fast that it literally destroys stuff that he drives past is like, oh, that kind of blows. A lot of somebody's car, like, 35 people's cars are just fucked now because he shattered every window.
Yeah. I mean, superheroes like the Hulk, he throws his fair share of cars at people, and that's a working class citizen that just had their, mode of transportation thrown away and crushed, like nothing just because it was needed in the time of battle. It just so happens that his motorcycle just, kind of destroys everything around it, and then they got to redo the road. It comes
to, like, the MCU and watching Hulk throw shit around. It's like, come Age of Ultron, you probably got protections against, like, insurance protections against superhero activity.
Superhero insurance.
Yeah. when it comes to this, though, nobody's got protection against Ghost Rider. You know, like, nobody's like, oh, do you want to insure just in case Ghost Rider rides his bike past you at some point? Because you might fucking die if you're in your car driving.
That's true. Yeah, it's just kind of springed on him out of nowhere. No one even knew, and then it's like now everyone's just like, oh well, we got a flaming skull dude riding a flaming motorcycle around town.
Holds the radar gun up, and it like climbs all the way up past 300, and then it just shockwaves him away. Fuck yeah, I love that. Nah, man, it's just I had a great time watching the movie, man, and I think our rating will reflect that. Let's see. Oh, I haven't said my favorite line. I don't think.
Yeah, I think that's all that's left for the both of us.
Yeah.
Line, so
my favorite line of the movie is, "He may have my soul, but he doesn't have my spirit." Yeah. Just because it's such a perfect encapsulation of how fucking dumb this movie is, but how awesome it intends to be. Like, fairly certain that's the same shit, which makes it even funnier. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't matter, man. I'm in. I fucking loved that. No. You know, he may have my soul, but he doesn't have my spirit. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah. He might have God on his side. You know, that's the spirit. He's got the spirit of God on his side. Yeah. He's good. And whatever Carter Slade, whatever he did, you know, I guess he was sent. Was he sent to like collect all the souls or whatever?
Yes.
That's what. And then like, so he just like. But the town, it was a normal town before, though, right? Like, it was just
No, it was an evil town before, even.
Oh, okay.
He was sent there to collect the souls to deliver to the devil, and he thought that these souls in the wrong hands could be really, really damaging, so he hid the contract.
Okay, that makes more sense. Because I thought it was, like, just a normal town at first, and then it's like now this hell on earth kind of place. And I'm like, well, how the heck did it get that way? But okay, it makes more sense that it was just kind of that way from the start.
San Venganzo, which is like not even like veiling that it's San Vengeance, basically, which I think is hilarious.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of things that are just kind of floating right past my head on this watch. But the line I ended up going with was at the end, whenever, you know, come to me, all the souls come to him, and he can finally do his penance there, and he just, how does it feel to have all that evil inside of you? All their power, all their souls, 1,000 souls to burn. Look into my eyes. And then, you know, your souls are stained by the blood of the innocent. Feel their pain. I don't know, I love that shit. It was, I don't know, just, you know, and had no idea it was coming. You know, I was like, how is he going to, like, defeat this dude? Because, like, after he transforms the shotgun, you know, I'm, like, sick how he can just transform anything into, like, hell mode.
If he's got it in the shadows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, was awesome. And I'm like, how is he going to defeat this guy? And I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of sick. Like, kind of a cool way to get rid of him. Instead of just, like, a fight, or, like, I don't know, burning him up. I don't know what he would have done. But I think this was the best, I don't know, kind of the best way to end it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was what I ended up going with there. There was a couple lines, but they were all
like the one that immediately follows my line, whatever Sam Elliott says back, because that's when he delivers the whole like, that's why you know you might have God on your side. Like that's when he goes into that whole thing because he doesn't have your spirit, you know. And like, there's a few that I enjoy.
Any man that's got the guts to sell his soul for love has got the power to change the world.
Yeah, what a corny fucking line. What a cheesy fucking line. But then again, I am a rat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I was. To them, that makes you more dangerous. Makes you unpredictable. That's the best thing you can be right now. Yeah, no, just, I don't know. If it's coming out of Sam Elliott's mouth, I'm just like, this dude is spitting. Whatever he's saying.
This man's got the fucking bars.
Anything. But yeah, no, I don't know, this surprised me. You know, I thought I wasn't really going to be into it. Like, just I knew it kind of had the religious kind of story to it, and whatever. And I'm like, oh, let's see how they handle it. But it wasn't really that big of a factor at all. I'd say there's a lot more religious, like in Daredevil. Actually.
Oh yeah, big time.
Like, yeah, like This just has like
It's also much
part
more. I
of
think
the
it's also
story.
much more central to Daredevil, the faith aspect. But
It's true.
now, man, I'm shocked that Mark Steven Johnson has two of not my favorite comic book movies of all time, but like I will happily watch both of those again, Daredevil and Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah. I mean, when
I
it
have a
comes to
great time with these movies, man. And do you
our
think it's
ranking,
about time we do a rating here?
yeah, I was thinking about where it would just go in the ranking right now, and like Daredevil, I have it at 12 right now, and I mean, it's probably close to that. I mean, it might be. I think it's above Daredevil. I think I'd rather watch this before Daredevil. When I watch the Donner Cut or Batman Returns before, I don't know. I think
I have it placed in mine. I can tell you where
you
I
do.
have it.
Let's say.
So
I mean, I think it's above Daredevil for me, which puts it above 12. Is it above? Batman Returns? I kind of think so. Maybe. No, it's kind of on the same. Well, it's not X-Men. I'd rather go X-Men. That's 8 for me. Batman, I don't know. It's just so enjoyable. That's the thing. Like
it's
it is
nothing but
such a
fun.
fun
Like
movie.
Batman Returns is undoubtedly better.
Yeah.
You know, there's zero doubt. Like in every single regard, it is a better movie.
I watched Ghost Rider first.
I would. I have
Yeah.
Ghost Rider at 10.
Wow.
I have Ghost Rider at 10, above the Donner Cut and below X-Men.
Yeah. I have mine because I have Batman Forever at 10. And that's above the Donner Cut, and then Ghost Rider, and then X-Men. So I have it right below X-Men. I can't put it above X-Men, I don't think. That'd be too much. But yeah, that's at 9 for me right now out of everything. So very much a surprise, that's for sure. I would not have expected that top 10 so far out of 31.
No, I would not. I definitely did not think I'd enjoy watching this movie more than either of the Superman 2s.
Yeah.
I was expecting, like, I have Daredevil at 16, which is above Batman 89, below Fantastic Four and The Last Stand.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought for sure that 14, 15, 16 with The Last Stand, Fantastic Four, Daredevil, I thought maybe it would reach that at like an absolute high. You know, and the fact that I ended up going more Batman Returns, Superman 2, the Donner Cut made me go, okay, yeah, no, I had a great time with this movie. And it lands at 10 for me, below Batman Forever and X-Men.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, well now let's put some numbers to it, I guess.
Let's do it.
See where it is gonna shake out. Donner Cut gave a 7.75.
I'm thinking I have a tough time telling you that I mean the floor is 7.75. I have no doubt about that. What do we have at 8?
X-Men and Batman Returns at 8.
And that's where I'm like, now, do I tell you it is the same level as that? I don't know. I think so. But I don't know. Like I just have a tough time with like the equating stuff sometimes. Batman Returns being an 8. Well, here's my problem. Batman 89 is no longer a 7.75 to me. And Batman Returns therein is no longer an 8. They would probably both drop a little bit if I'm being honest with myself. So like that's what's interesting is comparing those numbers. Like I think I like it more than both of those movies. Which I think does land it probably at an 8 on the enjoyment scale.
I think it kind of ties X-Men, you know, like the thing about X-Men is that it's just kind of better made. So it is kind of overall like a more enjoyable watch, but like strictly enjoyment, I think it does like rival X-Men. Like
Stack up to that level.
It is right there. I think I mean, I'd put it above Daredevil, which is 7.75.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Okay. All right. There we go. 7 or 8. Ghost Rider. 8.
Yeah.
And
Got an 8 in the
then
enjoyment. The genre, this action, adventure, faux horror sort of thing they've got going on. I think it does pretty well. But I don't think it's much better. Like Daredevil is its closest companion here, I would say.
That's a 7.
Yeah,
Superman 2,
solid.
the original was a 7. The Donner Cut a 7. I think we're around there.
Has a solid understanding of what it is, and it certainly puts some emphasis on it.
Constantine a 7 as well. I think I like that. A little bit above Elektra.
No, I can get behind
675. Okay, all right.
The action in this movie was so cool that I think it does a lot of the heavy lifting there too. You know, like the action was any worse, it'd be in danger of dropping into the 6s. But it does a lot of really cool stuff.
Throw in a Carter Slade sacrifice play at the end there. I don't know.
Might even elevate.
That would be sick. I would have liked to see that, but that's all right. I think 7's fair. Adaptation, I think you'll probably have to do the.
I have a tough time with, like I said, the Johnny Blaze of it all. I've read more Robbie Reyes than I have Johnny Blaze. And from my understanding of the character, this is not bad. You know, like it's certainly not like fantastic. I think Mephisto is nowhere near what he could be, which I think is important. You know, and maybe Spirit of Vengeance brings that around a little bit more, and we face off with, because he doesn't die at the end of this. He just kind of,
he's like, oh no, you dick! I can't believe you didn't take the curse away or whatever. Yeah, he just fades away. He's like, I'll make you pay for this. Yeah. He's like, oh, you'll pay for this, and then he goes away.
And that's it's a pretty keen adaptation. The Johnny Blaze of the comics was an American motorcycle stunt performer. He turned Spirit of Vengeance after his famed father, Barton Blaze, tragically died during a stunt. He became bound to the Spirit of Vengeance after making a deal with the demon Mephisto to spare his life for his here's a little difference, for his surrogate father. They just kind of all put it into one and made Mephisto's betrayal kind of a little bit more like, I cured him of his cancer, but he died in a stunt after, so sorry about that.
I think this actually is cleaner.
I think it works cleaner.
The change actually works. Yeah, maybe it is not, if you do have the time to spend in the comics, and there's a lot more time to spend in the origin, I think it might work out better. But as far as the movie, I think that's a good change.
I think as an origin film, it does a pretty keen job. I'm completely unfamiliar with these a lot of these villains. If they like Blackheart, I don't know. I've never read anything with Blackheart in it, so I can't tell you if Blackheart actually exists or if that's something. I don't know. Blackheart, Earth 616, the son of Mephisto.
He looks so much cooler in the comics.
True.
God, well, that's probably true for everything. But man, okay, so yeah, and more, I mean, does it say that he is? Was he Mephisto's son? Is that what it was, or just
yes,
a fallen angel?
He drew the attention of Demon Lord Mephisto, who used the energy of the accumulated evil there to create a son, Blackheart.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he looks sick in the comics. Oh my god. A 4 out of 10 intelligence they give him. So maybe not quite that
smart. He was
smart.
pretty fucking stupid in this, I would say.
That's true. Yeah. I do agree. Okay, I don't know. It seems that they did pretty well. I guess maybe like the Johnny Blaze part of it. Like I think the Ghost Rider, everything, like the origin, pretty good. I just don't know if like the personality.
I don't think
Johnny
they gave
Blaze.
Johnny Blaze a strong enough characterization period in order to be able to tell you it's a good adaptation. Like he's just kind of there for most of the movie. You know, it's a pretty simple, straightforward character that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wouldn't even say he really sees development. He just kind of is that way.
Yeah, he made the deal. He feels guilty that he got his father killed, so he's just gonna do stunts. And he knows he can't die, so he's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do this. and then bam goes. Yeah, so
no, I would say they did a pretty good job though. Like,
yeah, nothing that's like, oh wow, this is just like
no, I think they
terrible.
understand the character to an impressive degree. I think I would go 7. You know, like I think it's a good adaptation. I don't think it's like drop dead fucking holy shit, this is insane, but it's good. It's a solid adaptation.
I can dig that. Ties it with Batman 66, Superman 2, Howard the Duck, Hulk, and V for Vendetta.
All right, I'll take it.
Same level there, but I love all the comparisons. Just widely different movies, but yeah, I'd say that's about the same. But
yeah, critically, this is where we're gonna have to be a little bit real about it.
Yeah,
there's dialogue in this movie that is absolutely horrendous. There are performances that I think are not very good, and it's mostly the product of direction that isn't very strong, I don't think. Yeah. I think we do a lot of relying on the cinematographer here for a lot of the enjoyability in this movie. There's a lot of interesting shots that you don't get out of a lot of modern superhero movies, so it's fun to see it kind of like the cameraman's really bringing this shit to life.
Yeah, just the coolness of the character, I think. Just like dipping into like that metal, just like badass kind of dude. Like that does carry it quite far. But yeah, like middle of the road is Fantastic Four, Constantine, Hulk.
I think that's nice for this. It's
Elektra was 475. The Last Stand was 425.
And here's the thing. I actually think that this story is tighter than The Last Stand. But that's mostly because like there's hardly a story here. You know, like I said, we don't see like true development within Johnny Blaze. We just kind of watch him keep being the person he is and then try to defeat evil, which is cool. I like it.
Yeah.
But I don't think we don't get enough development on the Mephisto and Blackheart relationship in order to really appreciate Blackheart's motive and appreciate why he wants to take over, and because he just kind of happens to do shit a lot of the time.
Yeah, like just killing like random people. Like I don't know, he walked into a bar, like froze a dude's beer, killed him, and then walked in like killed like a blonde lady in there. And like I've been looking for you or something like that. Like you thought you could get away from it. Like was that explained as like what she did at all, or was he just like he's just evil,
just killing everybody in the bar? I think he asks her a question like where's San Venganza or something like that, or I think it's an interrogation thing, but regardless, like
okay,
all in all, there's not nearly enough develop. Like at least in The Last End, it's the conclusion of a trilogy, and for some of those characters, it feels like a conclusion to a trilogy. Like it is like, oh, they've evolved to this point. This does operate as a cool origin movie. What are some of the critical ratings we've given origin movies? You know, Daredevil and Spider-Man and Superman and stuff like that.
Daredevil is 6. Spider-Man 1 8.5. Blade 5.5.
That might be the most important comparison here is Blade. Because I wouldn't say I think Elektra and Blade are like the key comparisons for this movie.
Yeah,
and I don't think critically it's as good as either, but I do think it's more fun to watch than either.
Yeah, I kind of like the 4. Like maybe
I think just a straight up 4 might be fair.
Yeah, that's Superman 4 is the only other 4 we have. But it would be like above Superman 3, Howard the Duck, Batman and Robin.
Yeah, like the visual effects are obviously better than Superman 4. But for the times, they're not nearly as good as anything around it. X-Men: The Last Stand and Superman Returns and that stuff that came directly before it. Like it doesn't look as good.
It doesn't seem, like the movies before it does not seem like a progression,
No.
like a step forward.
And the writing is weak as fuck. Like it's a terribly written movie. And this is one of those rare occasions where I will say that like its simplicity did actively hurt it. I usually think that it's like a simple story doesn't really hurt. This kind of showed me that it kind of does if we're talking critically. It didn't hurt it enjoyment wise. I love simplicity, but
I think this worked out like pretty perfectly.
Oh yeah,
for the average, it averages out to a 6.5.
Okay,
and that places it right above Daredevil, but right below Blade.
Perfect.
And I think I think Blade,
immaculate.
Yeah, like a perfect sandwich there of I don't know, like just a I don't know. I like that.
I do too. That feels right.
So, yeah, 6.5. Would not have thought that's 15th, in 15th place as far as just averages go. But yeah, I think that does make sense.
Rotten Tomatoes does not like this movie.
Really?
That one, we are way nicer. It's a resurfacing of our tendencies here.
All right, we're back.
In Ghost Rider, we've been more harsh than Rotten Tomatoes like 3 weeks in a row, and this is the week where we are finally way nicer than Rotten Tomatoes was, and it feels right. It feels good to be.
What they give it?
I think it's like 27%.
No.
Yeah, like it's horrendously bad. And that might be nice.
27. Oh my god. 48 audience score though.
Not bad.
So almost half. It's like half and half. You either love it or you just don't care.
You just don't get it.
Yeah, and whatever. IMDb gives it a 5.3. So like it's just
I think we land in a pretty solid spot. We're a little nicer than everybody, but it feels good to be nicer than everybody again, and have to watch a movie that makes me want to be nicer than everybody again. Like it's been a while since we've watched one that kind of surprised me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm ready for whenever we get to the next one. I don't know how many movies it is away.
I think that was 2012.
Let's see. We got Spider-Man 3, Rise of the Silver Surfer, Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Dark Knight, Watchmen, X-Men Origins, Iron Man 2, Jonah Hex, Thor, X-Men First Class, Green Lantern, Okay. And then Ghost Rider. Okay, that's 45. Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance is 45.
All right, we're at 31. This is the 31st. So 14 movies to go.
More of a ways than I thought. I thought it would be a little closer. That's all right.
I
might just watch it on my own. In the meantime, I don't know. I don't know if I will wait. Maybe I will. So it is another.
I think you ought to come off the high and just go ahead. I don't know though. Maybe it's more of a disappointment that way. I've heard that one is actually worse than this one.
No.
So
oh, well, maybe that means it's even better and more fun.
Exactly.
Now I'll leave it a mystery. Maybe I don't know.
I'm curious. I can't wait to watch that one. Let's see what that.
Yeah, it is 2011. Okay. It's got Idris Elba. Wow.
It's got Ciarán Hinds.
Okay. A little bit of how King Beyond. What's his Game of Thrones character name? Oh my god.
Mance Rayder.
Raider. Okay, there it is. Yeah, Mance. Got Mance in there. Who is okay. Yeah, 4.3 on IMDb, 19% Rotten Tomatoes, 31 audience score.
It'll at least be cool. Maybe the one spot that we're having trouble with this time around, the visual effects, maybe those are even cleaner come 2011.
It does look pretty sick looking at some pictures. Yeah, this looks, I don't know, it's more of like a charred black instead of just like everything on fire. Like his bike is just all black sort of thing.
I dig that.
But still got the chain.
Get behind that.
Still got the flaming chain.
I'm curious who everybody's playing. Yeah, Rourke, Moreau. Yeah, I don't know any of these motherfuckers, man.
Yeah, I was trying to look at their character names. I'm like, well, yeah, Blackout.
Cinematography by Brandon Trost.
Oh,
who actually
Mance Rayder as Mephisto. That's okay. I could see him as Mephisto.
Who's playing Mephisto?
Ciarán Hinds.
Yes.
So I could. Okay, let's see what he looks like. I'm curious if it's much different. What is that? Is that really him? Well, I see his face. I don't see his like Mephisto form though.
We've got another decent director of photography here. As far as the stuff he's worked on, I enjoy a lot. They might not be known for how good looking the movie is, but some of my favorite comedies here, you know, That's My Boy and Neighbors and The Interview and This Is the End and That Awkward Moment. Neighbors 2, Pop Star is so good. And then he went on to direct An American Pickle, which I actually I like An American Pickle. So I think it's a fun movie. We actually covered it here once upon a time.
Wow.
Forever ago when it came out back in 2020, me and Tavares. But
before my time.
We got a lot to look forward to.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Spider-Man 3 coming up next. We're concluding the
Tobey
trilogy.
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll
that'll be fun.
Second to last stop with Tobey. Next week.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. We do have one more way down the line. But yeah, no, this is we get to round out the Spider-Man Raimi trilogy with Michael Muehlberger next Friday as he joined us for both Spider-Man 1 and 2 and also Batman Forever, but joined us for Spider-Man 1 and 2, and he'll be back next Friday for Spider-Man 3. So very excited for that. We're going to continue our rewatch of Game of Thrones next Monday with Winter is Blooming, a Game of Thrones rewatch podcast, and we are on season 5, episode 5 next week, Kill the Boy.
That's right. Oh, yes. That is right. Wow.
I'm very excited for that. And then we continue our top 100 favorite movies ever next Wednesday in part 8, the 20s. 20 through 29. And I love the movies we're talking about now, man. Like I love all 100, but they're in a special
different tier here. Yeah, this is a different tier.
We're getting there. If you would, head to patreon.com/PennyBloomPod, where we've officially kind of started talking Ahsoka pretty much weekly. I would say. It's hitting its stride, and we're talking about it over there. Patreon.com/PennyBloomPod for $3 a month. You can support the podcast financially, which is huge because it costs me money, and I don't make any off of it unless it's over there. Head to Twitter, follow @PennyBloomPod, follow on Instagram @PennyBloomPodcast. Remember to leave a 5-star rate and review wherever you might be listening. Keep on downloading. August was a great month. And September, I'm hoping can match that. Can keep it rolling. Maybe another top 2, top 3 month. That'd be awesome. But yeah, remember to stand in solidarity with SAG-AFTRA and the WGA as their strikes continue, their struggle against the studios. Fuck those studios for not giving my actors and writers what they want. I mean, Nic Cage isn't working right now. What the fuck? If the studios would just pay my actor and writer friends what they are asking for, then people who are very talented can continue to do their jobs at a very high level because guess what? They're being compensated fairly. So, no compromise, no surrender. SAG-AFTRA WGA, hopefully gonna win those battles against the studios. Praying for that. But yeah, with that, I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. And remember, peace, love, and bloom. And you, guilty.